And welcome back to Sports Check on this Monday morning. It is the 15th day of January 2023. Conversations around sport. First, we've had the one about, anti-doping, and now it's all about gaming, esports in the country. And in studio with me, and I'll start out far left, we've got a lady who plays for the national team. She's in Team Esports Kenya. Her name is Elina Ongaro. Elina, welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
And we've got the head of competition at Esports Kenya, Ronny Lusigi.
Thank you for having me.
And the captain of Team Kenya Esports, her name is Shirley Adema.
Thank you.
All right. Ronny, I'll be coming to you about, some of the policy things around sports. But last year in Kenya, you had the national championships. You qualified, took the top spots, went to the African Championships. So I'll start with you, Shirley, as the team captain. What was that story before you eventually went to Turkey for the Global Championship, where you finished in the top 8?
So yeah, for the championship, we first played against African nations, and then of course we emerged the top. So this gave us a chance to go to Turkey to participate in the Global Esports Games, and there is where we were beaten by Thailand and at the quarterfinals. So that made us number 8 in the competition.
Mm-hmm. Thailand eventually became the champions. What were the things that you found from them in your daughter, the one that you to play?
Yeah, they were very tactical. They weren't predictable. In the game, you wouldn't be able to exactly know what their goal is, and teamwork. They had cohesion and everything, so they are a good team, I would say.
All right. Elina, let me come to you. What was your experience playing here in Kenya? The virtual competition that you had for the African Championship, which was a qualification for the Global Championship.
Yes.
What have been the lessons for you in terms of esports and things that you'd like to see improved?
First of all, I would like to be grateful to my manager and my coach, because they had, within a very short span, they prepared us for the championships very well. And we managed, as Shirley said, we managed to beat the African teams, and we topped in Africa. And we went to play with the international teams. And what I'd say is that the experience we had playing with the African teams is different from what we experienced there.
What's the key difference?
The difference
with the African?
The gadgets we used, because here we mostly use PCs, and the internet is not quite fast. But when we went there, the internet was very fast, the equipment were very good, and we were very comfortable playing. Yeah.
When you talk, and this is where I'd like to bring in Ronny, because we've had this conversation before, and this is about the equipment and internet stability when it comes to this. What's the status when it comes to bringing in the equipment that's required for gaming, and from the experience now that you had at the Global Championship? And because if you're going to, like they say in football, if you're going to play for a World Cup qualifier, you play using a standard ball. So now Team Kenya here also has to start playing with whatever they're going to use when they go out there.
Yes, sure, and it's a challenge the Federation is taking up, because as she said, they were playing with normal PCs, the ones they use in school, because they're university students. But when you go to the international stage, you use high-end PCs with a very high refresh rate. So at the moment, the leadership of the Federation is trying to seek partnerships to be able to get this equipment and have like a national training facility, because the cost of the equipment is quite high. We are speaking about around 350,000, and then
that's for one device.
That's for one gaming PC, and you see in their game that they play, it's a 5 versus 5 game, and you need to have a lot of players in camp before you pick the top 5. So it's looking around having around 20 machines, but in a gradual process. So the games were a good networking opportunity. We were able to speak to established federations, and we are hoping this year we'll be having some news of some federations giving us that technical assistance.
All right. And you had a piece that you wrote in the newspaper, and this is about esport becoming an Olympic sport now. So you could tell us this background story, plus the fact that what they play cannot be at the Olympics.
Yeah,
it's a combat sport, right?
Sure, sure. Yeah, thank you. So the Olympics the IOC has been juggling with this esports thing since 2018. And because of the growth of the esports movement, they did form the Esports Liaison Group, which involves stakeholders from the esports and the IOC. So in that process, there was an esports forum again in 2018, and the 2019 Olympic Summit had a resolution of how they will approach the esports. So in 2021, before the Tokyo Olympic Games, there was a virtual trial. But now this year, they're taking it a notch higher by a live performance trial, which will be held in Singapore. So in those games, of course, the Olympics has issues and values that must be followed. So because they are still making the formative steps, they've insisted on focusing on simulation football games. Those are like FIFA, those are like racing games for cars, those are like NBA 2K. So yes, they do play a combat game, and at the moment they won't be part of that. But there are still other international competitions by the Global Esports Federation and the International Esports Federation that they will be attempting in.
Okay. Elina, now for you, looking at the year 2023, you're university students, but we eventually see people becoming pro gamers.
Yes.
What's the outlook for you with the competitions available?
So the moment we came back, actually I'd say my whole team, we went back to practice. We do practice every day for about 8 hours a day.
Hey, wait.
Yes.
8 hours on PC?
Yes.
I spend 8 hours on PC, but because I'm doing 8 hours.
Yes. We do about 8 hours a day, except one day in a week that we're free. So we are aiming to becoming pro gamers, especially in Dota 2. That is what we played in Turkey last year. Yes.
So having these facilities, let me ask, then how do you train? Is it because you'd need for a full proper for you to have a full Dota experience, you need 10 people?
Yeah.
How then do you bring yourselves together, and what kind of environment is it? Is it virtual or is it fixed?
No, practice is virtual. Gaming is virtual. So what we normally do, we play with regions. We have South Africa. So whenever you're online and you'd like to practice, you just click play, and then they'll find you a match. They get you other people who are online who are looking to play, so you can have a match with them. Yes, that's what happens.
Now, what are the opportunities, Shirley, as I come to you, for people in gaming? Because at the moment, okay, football. Now we know people make money in football. So if you're good in football, you'll make. Lakini sasa hii ni mchezo, unafanya mchezo sana. I know that's a perception.
Yeah.
Playing out there, characters moving all over the screen. How do you put it out such that eventually you do? If you're a pro gamer, then it makes sense to somebody about what you're doing.
So gaming, for instance, to we call Gen Zs. To Gen Zs, it might make sense because it's something they're used to. It's just a game that, like in your phone, you play Candy Crush, you play everything. It's just the same thing, but this time it's in a computer. So now you tell people just the way Candy Crush you play and beat levels, it's the same thing here, but this time the rules have changed. You attack towers, for that's Dota. You attack towers, you win the game. So it's just that.
And what are the opportunities that are there? Because it's been a little bit tough. We can see some of the costs of things are going up. But what are the opportunities there for those who are interested in gaming?
So the opportunities are there because if you play, there are third-party tournaments. Like there are small tournaments that you play, and if you win them, you get money, which is a good side hustle. But as you go up,
for a pro gamer, you're in hustle.
Yeah. For a pro gamer, that's aside, because there are bigger tournaments that give you better cash. So that's side, because you get at least $50 per match. So when you go out, you can go to a prize pool, you find up to $1.8 million. So that's major. So there is that, and there is also coaching. You can, since you're a pioneer, others are coming, you can coach. When there is tournaments that are held, for example, they come to Kenya, you can become an official, anything. So there are a lot of opportunities besides just the gaming part.
Ronny, I'll let you have the last word. What should we look out for in the immediate when it comes to esports in Kenya?
Okay, so 2023 is going to be a big year. Internationally, we have 3 major competitions. That will be the Esports Olympic Week, Singapore, June 2023. Then we shall have the International Esports Federation in Romania, IASI, August 2023. Then in November, we have the Global Esports Games, Riyadh 2023. We also have other exhibition tournaments, like in February and March, we shall have the E-League One Tour. Winner goes to France. And we are also in discussions with the Football Kenya Federation, because FIFA has a esports category, and we may be having Kenya participate in the FIFA E-Nations Cup.
We will look out for that one come February and March, and we'll have that conversation. Thank you very much, Elina. Thank you very much, Ronny. And thank you very much, Shirley. Well, that's been Sports Check. Esports, look out for that. This is gaming. In Kenya, we simply call it kucheza PlayStation. But that's the conversation that we close Sports Check today with. Thank you for being with us over the past 2 hours. Coming up next is Kurunzi Mashinani. Khalid Abdullahi is going to be giving the news, followed by our Swahili interview program, Tamrini. Have a good day.